Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much. Thank you. And to all my returning subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for remaining a pillar of support. So today I quickly want to talk about something that a friend of mine sent to me. I'm going to leave it in the video. You're going to see a screenshot of what I'm talking about. It's something that was written by a lady. She posted it on Facebook. And basically what this lady was saying was that as a woman, once a man pays your bride price, that you are now a slave. And that means that he can do anything to you or with you. That's basically what she wrote. And initially when my friend Oremi Ayiye, thank you for sending it to me. You know, when I saw it, I was taken aback that in this age and time that someone will still have that type of mentality, that a woman, and this is a woman that actually posted that thing, that, you know, a woman will still regard herself as a slave, will see herself as a slave to her husband. I was shocked. Initially, I was angry. I was like, what's this nonsense? But after a while, I started to think about it. That I can't blame that lady. You know why? Because this is something that this lady was made to believe. Apparently, that is the culture or the family in which she grew up in, where a woman is regarded as a slave once a bride price has been paid. I was so shocked. And you can imagine if this is coming out of a young woman's mouth. This lady is a young lady. You can imagine what she's going to pass on to her daughter, a girl child. Because once she starts to see herself, she believes that once you're married, once your bride price has been paid, automatically you have become a slave to that man and you do not have a say over your life anymore. She practically, because I went to a page and I read a lot of things that she wrote, and how some people, some men and women were in support of what she said, that as a woman, you are a slave once your bride price has been paid. This lady basically reduced a woman to a product that can be bought and used and discard anytime you want. And that is why we see women these days that have that same narrative, that have that same belief that, okay, that's why you see them hanging on in marriages that will eventually put an end to them. Because these are the kind of narratives that they keep hearing. These are the things that they've been told while growing up, that they are slaves to their husband. It's so funny that a woman will be gone are those days when a woman is being given out to a man. Gone are those days when a woman does not have a say. You know, when a woman does not have anything to her name. You see, when I went to check this lady's page and I saw all that, you know, she wrote all the things that she wrote about how a woman should serve her husband, how a woman should only be there to serve her husband, no opinions. She doesn't have opinions. She doesn't have a say. That once your parents have taken bride price, then you're automatically a slave to the man and the man becomes your master. And I asked myself, okay, what about cultures where, because I know of some culture whereby the woman is the one that pays the bride price. Does it mean that as a woman, if you pay the bride price of your husband, does the man becomes a slave to you? That's what I would ask that lady. Okay, if you're saying that, okay, as a woman, once your bride price has been paid, you are automatically a slave to your husband, and your husband becomes your master. What if it is the other way around? It's so funny. And this is the kind of mentality that some women have that makes them to stay in marriages where they are being battered, where they are being bullied, where they are being beaten every day, because they think that, okay, this person has paid my bride price, so I'm his property. A woman has been reduced to like something like a furniture, something that you can just go to the market and buy. This was coming from a young lady. And I can imagine what this lady would tell her own daughters. Because she was actually saying all these things based on how she was trained, based on what her mother or her families have made her to believe. But today, please, I have come to encourage women. You are not a slave. God has created us to be helpmates to our husbands, not a slave. God called you a virtuous woman, not a slave. God has called you salt of the earth, not a slave. He has called you a chosen one, not a slave. Your husband is not your master. Your husband is your husband. You're there to support him. Because when we encourage this kind of mentality, because when I went to that lady's page and I saw the way some men were cheering her, saying that yes, that is how it should be. And most of these men that were talking, when I looked at their names already showed where they came from. These are men that would treat their wives like piece of paper, piece of tissue paper. I was amazed. I was surprised when I saw that thing. That some women still have that belief that they are slaves to their husband. I am not a slave to my husband. I am my husband's partner, my husband's support system. I am there to support him. I am created to love, to respect, to submit to his authority, not to become a slave. Because when you say someone is a slave, that means the person does not even have opinion. The person does not have any opinion, does not have anything to say, anything to contribute. The only thing a slave is there for is to obey his master, to obey his or her master. Even when the master is wrong, even when the master is doing things that will end his life, he does not have the right to talk. That is who a slave is. I am not a slave as a woman. And that is why, in some culture too, that is why, like in my own family, bride price, when bride price is being paid, parents would return it back to the husband's family. Just for them to know that, okay, ta omo fun yin o. That we are not selling our daughters to you. And if it happens that you are from that culture whereby bride price is being paid and nobody, they don't return it, it does not still make you a slave to your husband. I don't know why people are encouraging this kind of narratives. The people are encouraging this kind of mentality whereby a woman will be treated like a nobody. Gone are those days when women will keep quiet and remain in relationships, in marriages that will end them. If you're a woman out there, please unlearn that thing that you have learned that made you believe that you are a slave. You're not a slave. You have been chosen by the Lord. You're not a slave. You are you are a salt to this earth. You're not a slave. You are loved. You're not a slave. Let us stop peddling this kind of narrative for women for our singles that intends to get married. Let us stop peddling this idea, this mentality that, okay, once your husband is married to you, once you marry your husband, once your bride price is paid, you are now a slave. You're not a slave. God called you his child. The price has been paid already. I am no more a slave. So I cannot be a slave. If I'm not a slave to God, I can't be a slave to any man. You are your husband's helpmate, not a slave. So please, it's important for us to tell our children, our daughters, even our boys, our sons, let them know that a woman is not your slave. A woman is meant to be loved, to be respected, to be treated nice. A woman is meant to be pampered, not to be treated as a slave. And to that lady, because when I saw all the things that she posted, it's so obvious that it will be very difficult to change our kind of mentality. But for people that will go ahead and check out our page, please don't follow in our footsteps. Don't believe. Don't think that you are a slave. You are worthy. You've got self-worth. You are meant to be loved, not to be treated as a slave. It's as far as I'm concerned, this is trying to push narrative that is devilish. Because you now begin to wonder, someone like Osinachi, maybe that was her belief, that she was owned by that man. And at the end of the day, the man ended her because she believed that she couldn't go out. She couldn't leave the marriage. She believed that, okay, he has paid my bride price, so I am his property. You are nobody's property. You are not like a furniture that a man would just go to the market and buy. You're not a furniture. It's so, I don't even know what to call it. Because I don't know why a woman would wake up or would start peddling this kind of narrative, selling this kind of ideas online, that as a woman, once your bride price has been paid, you have automatically become a slave to your husband. Your husband is now your master, and all you have to do is to serve him. Olúwa ò ní ṣe wá lẹ́rú olórúkọ Jésù. So this is what I've just come to share. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to share. Don't forget to like this video. And you can drop your comments if you think that what this person said is right, that you are a slave. For me, I am not a slave. And I'm encouraging all the women out there to believe in themselves, to love themselves, and to see themselves as worthy. You are not a slave. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.